Welcome to the Cantina of Comics.
Lade mercy, honey, Lade mercy. We're going to show you how to make a drink that's perfect for sipping on while watching pod races from your veranda on Bunta Eve.
And we're going to take a trip on the Halcyon and play another round of For What It's Worth next. Welcome to another edition of the Cantina of Comics. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kristi.
And today we're making something very hoity-toity. Very hoity-toity. And it's something that, oh, can I try that? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me what this smells like besides mint. You can't say mint.
Darn. I was going to say mint. Okay.
My childhood. It smells like my childhood.
Really? Growing up in the mint fields of Idaho?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
So this drink...
Who knew Idaho had so much mint?
Yeah, it smells so good on summer evenings.
So we are making a version of the classic mint julep. We're calling it the Minty Mando.
And as we make this, I'm going to tell you about a lady from Tennessee that I used to know who lived in Moscow for 30 years, Moscow, Idaho. Not Moscow, Moscow.
Okay.
And she would not get rid of her accent. And whenever you came in, she'd say, Lade mercy, honey, Lade mercy. I could just hug your neck.
Here's to you, Nurse Fosberg.
See, it clinks when there's nothing in it. All right, so.
Okay. So I'm guessing if we're making a minty mando, we need to have some mint. And this is fresh.
Fresh mint.
Fresh mint.
I just washed it a little.
Oh,
we're going to use a half an ounce of simple syrup per.
So minty. Okay.
And then we need the muddler.
Okay.
Cause I'm the muddler, yeah, the muddler. I muddle around.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Okay.
All right. Anyway, yeah, so you muddle.
That's how the song goes.
You didn't know that? You, after all these
people.
Years. Okay, so smush it a little.
Just
you
smush the
smush
leaves.
A little?
Okay, muddle the leaves.
And
oh, yeah, that really releases the mint.
I'm gonna put, yeah, you can smell it really well, huh? Olivia told me earlier to slap it.
Our daughter.
I said,
to slap the mint?
I said, I'm muddling it. I don't need to slap it.
No.
So you want to fill your glass with crushed ice.
Okay.
Because bourbon's pretty strong. And so the point is that as it melts, it kind of thins out the strength of the bourbon.
Ah. Because we're using what, 2
ounces
of bourbon per drink?
Which you're going to be driving later, so I get to drink my whole drink.
Okay.
You, on the other hand, being the responsible sort of fellow that you are, will be my personal
valet.
So, sorry.
It's okay.
There.
Okay, so fill it up with crushed ice.
And then 2 ounces. Ooh, doggy. So 2 of these each. Matt Davenport.
Wow.
Whoa.
And what type
Maybe
of bourbon?
You're right, we did need a bigger glass.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
So there's different kinds of bourbon you can use for different types of mint juleps.
Okay.
But, so I guess we'll just
now we want to
one.
decorate it.
Yep, we're gonna use some sprigs of mint. And let's just actually...
Oh, you have to stir for a little bit, don't you?
Just a smidge.
Okay.
To mix that simple syrup in with your bourbon.
Wow.
It is pretty fancy. We were reading yesterday that it's the official drink of the Kentucky Derby.
Of course.
Yep.
And it has a 200-year, 400-year history?
Yeah, 1830, I think, was the first, so not quite 200 years, but yeah.
Wow, that's almost art right there.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Okay, so here we have the Minty Mando, and we're going to thud our glasses together. Okay, so.
Whew. I can't.
That is strong. I can't taste the mint or anything. All I taste is bourbon.
Wait just a second. Now do you taste it?
And is it an aftertaste?
A little bit.
Nope, still bourbon. Huh.
Margaret Fosberg would have one of these every night after work.
Are you sure it was after work and not before work?
Well, no, it's quite possible. She probably had a mint coffee, mint julep coffee.
And maybe during work too?
Here, we'll add a little bit more simple syrup. Maybe that will help you. You're more of the fruity patootie drinker.
Than the hoity-toity drinker? Yep, that's
maybe
still...
it's the smell of the mint while you're drinking.
Maybe it is. Get it? Yeah. Take it in. Take it in, yes.
Nothing like the smell of mint.
Well, that is how you make a minty Mando. I got it on my fingers too.
And if you have a glass big enough to do the 2 ounces, you can add a little bit of water to
thin it out,
a little. So
interesting. Yeah. Well, maybe once the ice starts melting a little bit, it'll kind of blend it a little bit more.
Maybe if we add like some
more bourbon.
No, I was thinking no, it's not always about more alcohol. I was thinking an orange or something to give you a little bit more cucumber mint.
Once again, this would be, I can really see this as a drink that you spend all night drinking.
Yes. Can you feel it right in here?
I feel it right here though, right?
I feel it right here.
Right above my neck.
Maybe mine is a little short, like.
You're probably wondering why I'm wearing a neckerchief.
Yeah, why are you?
I thought if we are going to be drinking this delicious hoity-toity drink, I might just put it on the airs and put it on a little child as we put on the airs. Oh, I do declare.
You're better at that than I am. You're better at a lot of things.
I just have more practice at it, that's all. All right, well, that's how you make a minty Mando. What we're going to do is we are going to check out who's all aboard the old Halcyon Starliner, and we're going to play another round of For What It's Worth coming up.
I will be playing Lego Star Wars. I'm gonna die again because I'm scolding you right now. Nothing's happening. Oh! Okay, well now something happened. Oh. Okay. It wasn't lined up to the centimeter. My bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Hey, I made that. You can't take it. Aw, that's messed up. Stomp on them. Stomp on them till they die.
Hello and welcome back to the Cantina of Comics. Today we're talking about one issue, that's the Halcyon Legacy, issue number 3, A Cause Worth Fighting For, Part 3, with the regular and one of the 2 variant covers. This issue is written by Ethan Sachs with art by Will Sliney and colors by Rochelle Rosenberg. Now let's catch you up. The notorious space pirate Crimson Jack has launched an attack on the Halcyon, trying to capture a resistance spy to turn that spy over to the First Order. While Captain Kevin plunges the Halcyon into a solar storm to evade the space pirate, DE-09 is distracting a young passenger by telling the story of the time of a young Jedi Knight and a Republic senator were on board the ship when it was run by the Hutts. And that story that DE-09 tells takes place in between episode 2 and episode 3 as Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala are undercover trying to find a Republic senator who's rumored to be defecting to the Separatists. As they're waiting, they play a little American Gladiators, stroll the climate simulator, and they share a moment. But that moment is interrupted by Asajj Ventress, who has come to take the defecting senator. Anakin and Asajj go at it with lots of "strike you down" and "strike me down" comments when Gary the Green Hutt, he doesn't have a name in this issue, steps in to end the lightsaber battle. Padme uses her diplomacy skills +4 as Asajj murks the defecting senator and makes a quick exit by breaching the hull and jumping into her ship. And now here are my quick takes on Halcyon Legacy issue number 3. While I am happy to see Crimson Jack being brought into canon, I really would like to see him pop up in other storylines. Or perhaps even have his own series. Anakin and Padme's downtime really hits the reader over the head with Hey, here's some fun things you can do while you're at Disney's Galactic Starliner. I did chuckle out loud after Anakin and Padme save Gary the Green Hutt, as the Hutt Lord gives them half price off one meal as a show of appreciation, which they never did get. So what did you think of Halcyon Legacy issue number 3? Let us know by going to the Utini Discord server at utini.com/discord and then clicking on SW Comics. And for all things Star Wars comics, you can check out the Cosmic Force podcast every Wednesday night at youtube.com/utini. And welcome back to the Cantina Comics. We're just here lightly sipping on our Minty Mandos. All right. We're playing around it for what it's worth, and today we have the 1980 Kenner Empire Strikes Back Snow Speeder. This one's kind of interesting because this was, I think, if memory serves, one of the first vehicles from the Empire Strikes Back line. You had this, and you had the AT-AT, which we worked on before.
Right.
But this one was a lot of fun because it was a little bit smaller, but it was perfectly scaled for the 3.75-inch figures, of which, hey, look, there's Luke and other Luke, because they only came out with one X-Wing pilot
Interesting.
for Star Wars.
That's funny.
For the original Kenner line. So this one is actually complete, and this is where the 2 C-cell batteries go in the side here, and it does make a little bit of sound when you press a button, but it's been forever, so I don't know if I would trust putting. I might get an electrical shock or something if I put that in there. But you know, if you were to go online or go into a shop or whatever and find one of these, and this one is actually in pretty doggone good condition, except it has a couple stickers that are peeling, but I find that very appealing.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Hashtag dad
I
joke.
haven't even had that much bourbon yet.
I know, that's the crazy
Doesn't
thing.
take much.
So if you were to find one complete, kind of like this, without a box, it would run you anywhere from about $70 to $120, depending on the condition. And of course, this one has landing gear that goes up, and then you can lock it into position, and then you can have it come down again for it to land. And if we were to break this down, because there's a lot of little parts that can pop off, like these rear thruster units can pop off, the middle ones can pop off too, and then these laser cannons can pop off as well. As you saw, this side can come apart, and of course the cockpit is just barely hanging on there for most of them. You can see it can pop off like that too. So let's run down all the different things that maybe you played very well with your Snowspeeder. It got a lot of love growing up, and you might be missing a part or two. So if you're looking at this and you see these panels here, they're about $10.
Okay.
So if you were to find them online, these little engine modules here and here are about $10 as well. This rear cannon can pop off as well. That's about $12. Your canopy is going to go anywhere from $12 to $15. And then these front laser cannons, $20, because actually what happens is they light up too. There's a light that comes through here, and they light up. And so that could be anywhere from $12 to $20. But the biggest thing if you need to replace, because this got lost a lot, is back here you have, of course, the harpoon cannon that comes off, and apparently I've wrapped it around the cannon because it has a lot of string to it, because you need a lot of string to wrap it around the legs of the AT-AT. But if you were to, this is probably one of the first things that got lost, because it's actually not even attached.
Interesting.
And it's a lot of string, and so it comes off here, and it just kind of like sets in on this back part right here. And so you see,
and actually would
out.
Pop out. That's
And cool. It would detach cable. So this, guess how much just this little piece of plastic, bit of a string, little piece of plastic.
$25.
$50.
50.
$50 because a lot of time it got, it got lost, and it's supposed to run around like this.
Probably the AT-AT ran away with it.
Probably, yeah. This is the first thing you lose when you're shooting down those AT-ATs.
Yeah.
So anyway, there is the snow speeder. Now, figures not included. Those will run you another $20 to $25 each for.
Oh, I didn't notice the one in the back.
Yeah.
So do you think, is this worth more if it has stickers on it or not?
Now here's the thing. If it's still in the box, I mean, you had to put on these stickers on yourself. If it's still in the box and it's sealed, that can go anywhere from about $200 to $250.
Wow.
If it's completely sealed, about $150, $200 if the box has been opened, but it still has its instructions. It's still in there, but yeah.
I wonder how many of those there are.
I don't know. I didn't find too many. I only found maybe 1 or 2 currently on eBay that are for sale that are still in the box and haven't been opened. Now, they did come out. This is kind of interesting because this is the red box snow speeder for when it originally came out. There's also a little bit later, I think 1981, Kenner came out and it had a blue box. That's even more valuable. I've seen that for $400 because that wasn't sold as much as this was. But anyway, so there you go. For what it's worth, that is an Empire Strikes Back snow speeder.
Awesome.
So.
This is a little bit better as time goes on, I think.
As time goes by. Yeah. You say that, and as I'm all choked up, I'm all the clap. So anyway, so there's how you make a Minty Mando, and there's how. Yes. And with that, it's time to go. So, but just remember, if you like this, if you tried the Minty Mando, if you maybe have some suggestions on alternate takes for this, leave us a comment, like the video, make sure you subscribe to all the Utini videos at youtube.com/Utini. And remember, keep on reading, keep on drinking. Mint your Mando.